Hi, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nick Mishenin. I'm a political and war observer from Kiev, Ukraine. Today I'd like to read a couple of news. They are probably very important news, maybe the most important for the last 2 weeks, or at least 1 week. So what we have today, Ukraine targeted by Russian missiles in deadly early morning attacks. This was today, and as far as I am in Kiev, so I've heard that explosions, the missiles were shut down by Ukrainian air defense, but still its remnants fell on the city and damaged lots of buildings, and there are some casualties. In Kiev we have just injured people, but in Kharkiv we have even deadly injured people, unfortunately. So on Radio Free Europe website we have this news, but probably I'll switch to Deutsche Welle website. So here we have this article: Ukraine updates. Several killed in Russian missile strikes. Ukrainian officials have reported an overnight Russian missile attack targeting Ukraine's two largest cities, Kyiv and Kharkiv. At least 6 people have been killed and several injured. Residents of Kyiv took shelter Tuesday morning as Russia launched a missile attack. Ukrainian officials said air defense systems were able to intercept just under half of the 41 missiles launched in total by Russia. Other attacks were reported in Kharkiv to the northeast, where officials said people were trapped in a collapsed building. Meanwhile, an international group of military aid providers to Ukraine are meeting amid a pause in US funding. Okay, so we have another Russian missile attack on Ukraine. Of course, they continue every day. Russians attack almost all the Ukrainian territory, every city, every town, every day. Every day Ukraine has casualties, dead people. So every day we have killed people by these attacks, and every day Ukraine suffers from Russian invasion. So what I can add to this, we just need more air defense. We need help in this, and Ukraine will continue to resist this invasion, and we will try to survive this invasion as much. We will do what we can. Okay, we have another important news. It's from Russia. As you know, probably Russia will have presidential elections on March 18. Of course, we have to remind that in Russia elections are a very formal. It's a very formal event when Russians just re-elect Putin again and again, and of course they are not fair. Every time Russian officials false these elections to make Putin a president again and again. But this time something changed in Russia, because Russian people have a fatigue of this war. They are tired to live under the sanctions, to live without clear future. They suffer of this war directly because lots of young men have been thrown to the front line, and Russian their relatives want to get them back, and Russian economy is struggling. So Russia has lots of problems because of Putin's policy, and more Russians understand this. So in Russia they had some politicians who've been registered as candidates to be a candidate. Yes, this is Russian reality. You have to be a candidate to be candidate. And on this stage, the candidate has to collect some signatures. It must be 100 signatures. And there were a minor politician who was not popular, but he was registered. And it is very important he was registered, and he proclaimed he wants to stop this war. And liberal Russians supported him only for this. They didn't even care about another his statements, but liberal Russians, famous Russians from abroad who just left Russian territory because they couldn't survive there. They had to leave Russia, and they supported them. Some of famous Russians who have some video blogs on YouTube, for instance, they shot videos where they challenged Russian people to support this candidate. His name Boris Nadezhdin. So what happened today? Today we have news that this candidate collects enough signatures to register as Russian presidential candidate. This is very important. As a result of the challenges of Russian famous liberals, a lot of Russians rushed to Boris Nadezhdin's representatives and gave them their signatures. And a lot of Russians sent a lot of money to this candidate. So now he becomes stronger and stronger. We have news on the Radio Free Europe website, so I'd like to read it briefly. Russian politician Boris Nadezhdin, who has openly called for a halt to Moscow's invasion of Ukraine, this is very important, received the 100 signatures by January 23 that are needed to be registered as a candidate for the March 18 presidential election. The Uzbekistan-born 60-year-old called on supporters to continue to collect signatures, especially in remote regions. Earlier, associates of imprisoned opposition politician Alexei Navalny and self-exiled opposition figures Maxim Katz and Mikhail Khodorkovsky backed Nadezhdin's candidacy, even though expectations are that the vote will be easily won by incumbent Vladimir Putin, who has ruled Russia as president or prime minister since 1999. Okay, so now we have a little hope that Russia will react, will have some like events. On my opinion, Boris Nadezhdin would win these elections if Russia were free country. But as far it is not, Putin will try to keep his power, and his administrative officials will fake these elections for Putin to be president again, and then who knows? Probably there will be protests in Russia, some demonstrations, what they have in Belarus several years ago, and we will see. It is very important because now we have war. It's absolutely another situation, and Russia is a bit more free country than Belarus. It has lots of differences, so we'll see. We have some hope for this candidate, Boris Nadezhdin, and we will keep an eye on this situation. Thank you for watching. Please like this video if you like it. Ask your questions, comment this video please, and subscribe to this channel. Have a nice day, people. Support Ukraine. Bye.